What made me quit my job and start living again? It was 1:30 a.m. when I finally pulled into the driveway. Laptop bag still in the passenger seat, fast food wrappers everywhere. The office lights had gone out hours ago, but I'd stayed again, because that's what dedicated people do, right? Work until the walls blur. When I opened my front door, I froze. The TV was still on blue light flickering over the living room, and on the couch sat my 12-year-old son Ethan, holding my 6-year-old daughter Mia, like he was her father, not her brother. But they weren't alone. My neighbor, Mrs. Ramirez, was sitting in the armchair, arms crossed, face carved out of disappointment and exhaustion. 4 eyes turned toward me. "Mom," Ethan whispered, "you're home late." Late. It was nearly 2 a.m. on a Tuesday. I dropped my bag, trying to remember the last time I'd tucked them in. "What's going on?" I asked, forcing a smile. Mrs. Ramirez didn't smile back. "Mia had a fever," she said quietly. "You didn't answer your phone." Ethan came banging on my door an hour ago crying because he didn't know what to do. My phone must have died. I reached for Mia, who stirred in her brother's arms, cheeks flushed. "I'm so sorry." Mrs. Ramirez stood, and her voice was cold but calm. "You've said that every week for 3 months. I've cooked dinner for them more than you have." My stomach twisted. "I'm working." "I know," she cut me off. "You're always working. But your kids don't need a promotion. They need a parent." I turned to Ethan. "Why didn't you call me at the office?" He bit his lip. "I did. Your assistant said you were in a meeting." The truth hit like a brick. That meeting had been a client dinner. I'd spent 2 hours pretending to laugh at small talk, while my daughter burned with fever, and my son begged strangers for help. Mrs. Ramirez picked up a folder from the coffee table. "Since you won't check your mail, I brought it here." Report cards, school notices, Mia's field trip permission slip that expired last week. And this, she handed me a crayon drawing. 4 stick figures under a rainbow Mia. Ethan and Mrs. Ramirez holding hands. The 4th figure, me, stood far away behind a desk. My knees went weak. "She said that's mommy at work," Mrs. Ramirez said softly. "She doesn't even draw you at home anymore." Ethan's voice cracked. "I don't tell her bedtime stories anymore, Mom. I don't know how." I wanted to disappear. Mrs. Ramirez sighed. "I've been thinking maybe they should stay with me a while, just until you get yourself together." The world stopped. "No," I whispered, my throat tight. "That's not happening." She looked at me tired. "Then prove it." Without another word, I went to my home office, the room where I'd basically been living. I unplugged the computer, every charger, every blinking work device that had stolen my life. One by one, I dropped them in a box, sealed it, and shoved it into the closet. When I came back, Ethan and Mia were watching me with wide eyes. "Does this mean you're staying home now?" Mia asked, voice tiny. I knelt beside them, tears streaming. "Yeah, sweetheart, mommy's home for good." That night, I lay on the couch with both of them curled against me. No laptop, no deadlines, just breathing. 18 months later, I run a small home business making handmade crafts. Less money, less stress, more love. Ethan made the honor roll. Mia started ballet. And last week, she brought me another crayon drawing. This time, we were all holding hands under that same rainbow together.